Right, good morning, welcome back to the channel. This has been a day I've been waiting for. This is day number 1 of GoodWood Festival of Speed. For me, the best car show of the year. I'm here for 3 days this year. I think each day we're going to do a video and try and cover something different. So day number 1 today, I think I'm going to go around and see all the manufacturers, or as many as I can, and see what they brought this year. So let's go check it out. So no better place to start than the Pagani stand. Let's go and see what they've got. Right, what a way to start off the show. So on the Pagani stand we've got the Hawira Epitome. This is a one-off exposed blue carbon fibre. The 6-litre V12 with a manual 7-speed gearbox produces 852 brake horsepower. So we've been lucky to see the Pagani Imola a few times, but this is the first time seeing the Roadster. I have to say the Roadster looks even crazier with the roof off and that air intake scoop going over the top, and this cream colour with all the exposed gloss carbon fibre and the graphite wheels are such a great spec. For me, this has to be my favourite angle, the Imola Roadster. I mean, it just looks absolutely crazy from every angle, but that carbon fibre air scoop going over the top, the exposed gloss carbon with the cream looks absolutely ridiculous, and then the iconic quad exhaust. I love them powder coated in that heat resistant white. Yeah, it looks crazy. And then obviously you get the carbon fibre removable hardtop with the stand there. But yeah, what a way to start off the show. Right, so that wasn't a bad way to start off the show, was it? Let's go and see what we can see now. I have to say, I was actually looking forward to seeing this. So this is the new all-electric Porsche Macan. As a family car, we were thinking about swapping the Tesla and looking at this. I think it looks pretty cool. So it comes in 2 variants. You get the Macan 4 electric, and that's a 300 kilowatt, which is about 402 horsepower, and that takes you 0 to 60 4.9 seconds. And then they do the Macan Turbo electric, which is 470 kilowatts, 630 brake horsepower, and 0 to 60 3.1 seconds. I actually think it looks really good in yellow as well. What do you think, guys? Right, let's have a look inside. I have to say, I really like the interior of this new all-electric Macan. I think with all the electric cars going a bit too minimalistic, no buttons at all, but I think Porsche have got it just right. And I really like the long display for the passenger over there. What do you think, guys? Would you take this over a Tesla? Down on the Lamborghini stand, this is the new Urus SE. This is their first all-electric hybrid plug-in. This thing's got 800 brake horsepower and will propel this thing 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds. So this is my first time actually seeing the new M4 CS. I think it looks really cool in this blue with all the exposed carbon fibre. So these things come with 550 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 3.4 seconds, and comes with the MX Drive all-wheel drive system. These things would be so much fun to drive. Let's have a quick look inside the M4 CS. I have to say, I really like it. Love the Alcantara steering wheel, all the carbon fibre, really deep bucket seats there. This would be absolutely great fun to drive. Need to get a drive in one of these. So this is the new Continental GT Speed. Comes with nearly 800 brake horsepower and 1,000 Newton meters of torque and a top speed of over 200 miles an hour. And as always, the interior of these Bentleys is absolutely stunning. I have to say, I really like the grey leather with the orange pinstripe. That looks really nice. Right, so this is the new convertible version, the GTC of the Continental Speed. It still comes with the nearly 800 brake horsepower, 1,000 Newton meters of torque, and 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. But what would you take, convertible or hardtop? I think I'd go convertible. That's so cool. So this is MG's new all-electric Cyberster. So I think this is a rear-wheel drive version, but the GTS is going to be all-wheel drive, come with nearly 500 brake horsepower and do 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds. And I think they're pretty good-looking cars. And as you can see, they've got really cool doors, and I think MG have done an absolutely cracking job on the interior. Forged carbon fibre in the centre. Love the red leather. I think that was really cool. And then as you see, they do a soft top and a hard top, so I think MG are really onto a winner there. So on the Alpine stand, they've got this A110R, but the Le Mans edition. I think the white with the carbon fibre and the blue accents looks really cool. So these things have only got 300 brake horsepower, but they only weigh just over 1,000 kilograms. 0 to 60 is about 3.9 seconds, a top speed of over 170 miles an hour. I love the carbon fibre wheels on these things. And I don't know if you can see that they've almost got McLaren Senna style carbon fibre seats. all carbon fibre deck lid. Love the little spoiler. Yeah, I love the white carbon fibre with blue accents. Looks so cool on this thing. And it's cool they've got the original A110 Tour de Course 75 here, so you can see they've passed a lot of the styling cues across, but you can see the size difference, but it's cool to have them side by side. Right, so this is Alpine's take on the classic Renault 5 Turbo. They're calling it the A290. So it comes with 220 brake horsepower, 0 to 60, 6.4 seconds, but a hot hatch like this I don't think needs to be all about the power. I think this is going to be a really good driving experience. I like the way they kind of stepped the styling cues from the old Renault 5 Turbo. So this is an old vent, but I think that's a charging indicator. But I love the colour. I had a look inside this dash and everything looks really modern. I think that's going to be a really good fun car. This angle for me is the best. I think that reminds me so much of the classic Renault 5 Turbo. Right, so not like the original Lancia 037, Kimera's Evo 37 now has a supercharger and a turbocharger to propel this thing 0 to 62 in 3 seconds. Just look at the interior of these things. I love all the blue Alcantara, the red seat belts, all the exposed carbon fibre. That gear linkage is a piece of jewellery in itself. What a place to be. So this is obviously going to go up the hill now. I stand corrected. They're going to make 37 of the Evos, but the Evo 37 with the Martini edition like this, they're going to make 7 of them. Just look at the thing now. It's out in the sun rolling. It's an absolute piece of art. So the Martini edition Evo 37 just pulled out. I presume it's going to go up the hill. So this is the Evo 38. I'm not sure how many of these they're going to make, but the thing is absolutely beautiful. The attention to detail, you can tell it's Italian. There's so much, you can just see the passion in it. It's the attention to detail. Even the carbon fibre inlays on the wheels, the paint is absolutely immaculate. You'd be scared to drive that, but that is beautiful. So this is going to be Kimera's next project. They're going to call that the K39. Look at that, that is going to be wild. And they've got a model here. Hopefully next year GoodWood we'll see that. So this is my first time seeing the Cybertruck. I'll be honest, I'm standing here trying to make up my mind if I like it or not. It's very different. Elon Musk knows what he's doing. He knows how to stir a crowd, but I don't know if I like it. It is very different. I have to say from this angle, it does look cool. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I think it would do really well in America. Obviously, massive roads over there does well, but I just can't see it doing as well in the UK. This is a car we've actually seen a few times. So this is the validation prototype VP1, Gordon Murray's T50. So always cool to see one of these. I have to say the M4 CS does sound pretty cool. Listen to that. I've done GoodWood Festival of Speed quite a few times, but every year I come I forget how big and how busy this place is. I've probably done one row of the pits and it's probably taken me about 2 hours, so there is a lot to see here. Good job I'm here for 3 days. This is what they call George. This was the T50 test mule. Seen loads of pictures online and it tested and what have you, but that's pretty cool to see. Well, let's go and check out the Morgon stand. I like their stand. Everyone else got these really futuristic modern stands and theirs is all timber. Kind of shows homage to the chassis of their car, I think. So this is the Morgon Midsummer. Unfortunately, only 50 examples of these are going to be made and they are all sold. So, but this is a collaboration between Pininfarina and Morgon itself to kind of hark back to the Barchetta styling cues back in the day. So, but I love the interior, the way the wood wraps around the cockpit. Red interior, absolutely beautiful. And I think somehow Morgon have managed to keep their old kind of styling cues but modernised it as well, especially with these wheels. I love these wheels, but Pininfarina and Morgon have done a great job on that. That looks really nice. And Morgon have obviously brought a great selection of +6s, +4s, and I really like the Super 3s over there. So this Super 3 is called the Bluebird and it harks back to the land speed record car called the Bluebird back in the 1960s, but I love these Super 3s. I mean, they've only just got just over 100 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 is like 7 seconds, something like that. It's not about the power and the speed. I think a nice Sunday sunny afternoon drive, I think this would be really, really cool. Well, I have to say this is a new brand for me. It's pronounced Hongqi. I had to just ask somebody. They've got loads of cars here on their stand. I'll be honest, I know nothing about them, but they're really cool inside. Come and check this out. So I need to find out a little bit more about the brand, but just look at the back of this. All the build quality and everything, it's really cool. Screens on the back, reclining seats. They're probably air conditioning, massaging, really comfy cushions. That would be a nice place to be. Carbon fibre, everything's nicely finished. And you wouldn't be far wrong to think that you were in the top of the line Mercedes, Maybach, Rolls Royce, Bentley, something like that. the nicest of levers, carbon fibre everywhere, massive screen. All your touch points are really nice. Yeah, for a brand I've never heard of or never seen, that is really, really nice. I'd love to have a drive in one of them. Just look at the front of these, you wouldn't be mistaken thinking that is a Bentley. Massive grille, almost like a Lady of Ecstasy, but I have to say, I've never heard of them, but they're cool looking cars. Let me just show you the models they do on this Hongqi stand. So this is the EH7, and this is the EHS7. And then the one we were just looking at is called the L1. I wouldn't be surprised if that stands for limousine. And then this one is called the H9. Obviously a slightly shorter, taller version of the L1, but they all look really cool, I like them. So this is obviously their biggest version. This is the EHS9. So it's obviously their biggest kind of SUV style one, but I'm not sure about the styling on the front there, but overall the build quality and everything inside these things is top notch. You can't deny they definitely know how to build a car. The Pirelli booth seems popular. Let's go and see what's going on in here. So as I'm sure you'll all be aware, Pirelli are the global tyre partner for Formula One. They got this car here to show that off. So in 1957, MG went to Bonneville Salt Flats with a car called the EX181, and it was designed to do 250 miles an hour. It only had a 1.5 litre supercharged 4-cylinder engine producing 290 brake horsepower, but it earned the nickname the Roaring Raindrop. And this is MG's modern concept of a recreation of that car, the Roaring Raindrop. How cool does this thing look? Just look at the interior, like a Formula One cockpit, central seating position. That looks so cool with the front canopy just opening up like that. MG have done such a cool job with them doors going up like that. It makes it such an occasion. Such a fun little car, that. Well, good luck to MG. They've definitely come back with a bang, and they're bringing back some great cars. They look really good. Right, let's go and check out the BYD stand. And I only found out the other day, BYD stands for Build Your Dream. So let's go and see if they can build my dream. Right, so this is the BYD Seal. I'm not sure if you'd put it directly head to head with a Tesla, but it's got a range of 323 miles, 0 to 63.8 seconds. Only got top speed of 111 miles an hour, but I think it's a nice looking car. I have to say, if you were going to put this head to head with the Tesla, I think I prefer the interior to the Tesla. The seats are really nice. I think Tesla's just gone a bit too minimalistic. Had mine a little while and I'm just a bit bored of it now. I think it's nice to have physical buttons and things like. It's still got the big screen, and I like the screen right in front of the steering wheel like that. And the steering wheel's got a few more buttons on it and stalks and things. Yeah, I think it's really nice place to be. Right, so this is the BYD Dolphin. I have to say, I really like the styling. I think it makes a really nice kind of family city car. They do 3 different variants. I think it varies between 211 and 265 miles of range. They're all about 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, but this colour with the silver top, I think it's a really nice looking car. There's silly things as well. I really like how you just got a button there just to open the boot. So much better than our Tesla. Right, so this is the Atto 3. Kind of reminds me a bit of a Seat kind of styling, but that's no bad thing. I think it's a nice looking car.
Welcome to Electric Avenue. This is the home.
There you go. I was just going to say there's a lot of noise here, and this is Electric Avenue. Obviously all the electric cars. Right, let's have a quick walk along here. If you had to take one, what would you take? So you got the Porsche Taycan, you got the all-new electric Maserati. I actually really like the colour. You got Paul Wallace here doing a bit to camera. He's obviously a fan. Another competitor for the next family car, the Electra Up. So we currently have a Tesla Model 3 and we're thinking about changing it. Maybe we just get another one. This is the updated version. I like it in red, got the new headlights. The interior is slightly different, but you don't think you can go far wrong with a Tesla. This is the Polestar 4. I've been waiting for this to come out so I can have a look, but I'm going to have a good look around this because this could be a competitor for the next family car as well. The Lexus RZ or RZ300. You got the Mercedes EQE. This is a new one for me. This is the i5 Touring or the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. Right, it's inevitable that there's going to be a lot of electric cars, so that's a whole road full of electric cars. A couple that I've picked out there. Put in the comments, what would you take for all them? So you can go for the Lamborghini restaurant, and they've got a couple of cars on display, so I'm not fussed about the food this year because I tried the restaurant last year and it was really good, but let's have a look at these cars. We've seen quite a few of these Revueltos now, but I have to say I really like the spec on it. It's almost like a matte Nardo grey, exposed carbon fibre, red accents, so cool. We've seen quite a few. We saw one go up Shelsley Water hill climb the other day. Sounds so cool. 6.5 litre V12 with 3 electric motors, producing over 1,000 brake horsepower. But yeah, revs to like 6,700 and something like that. But yeah, it's cool Lamborghini keeping the 6.5 litre V12. The back of this car is absolutely stunning. I love the exhaust coming out there. I love the way the 6.5 litre V12 is all exposed there. And I have to say, this Nardo Grey shows off the lines of the car really well, especially with the gloss back wheels. This is a stunning spec. And they've got another Urus SE, their first electric hybrid plug-in. 800 brake horsepower, crazy thing. They're obviously launching it in this orange. There's about 3 or 4 of them here. I think this colour suits it so well. Right, I spy a Polestar stand, and I'm sure that is their concept car. Let's go and check that out. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm actually going to go and test drive some of these, the Polestar 2 and the 3 and the 4, just to see if any of them are comparable to our family car that we got at the minute, the Tesla Model 3. See if we swap it for one of these. Why don't more brands name their cars as numbers? They got 2, 3 and 4, easy to remember. Right, for me, I think Polestar are doing the interiors much better than Tesla. I have to say, I've had my Tesla 3 years now, and I'm getting a bit bored. It was great when we first got it, but it's just a bit too minimalistic. Like, I really liked my Tesla when I first got it, and really futuristic, but I think it's just a bit too minimalistic now when you see these others. So you got the big screen like you got in the Tesla, but you've got a screen there, straight in front of you. You've got a few more buttons on the steering wheel, actual stalks, a nice dial there. Everything's a bit more, I don't know, easier. And then you've got camera, rear view mirror. Just Teslas are little bits now that Teslas just look lagging behind, I think. Right, well that's the Polestar 4, and I have to say I really like that. I'm definitely going to take that for a test drive. Right, I love the concepts that Polestar bring. We saw one not that long ago, Bicester Heritage. They've got a really cool concept there, but this one is so cool. I love it. It reminds me a little bit from the side of a Ferrari 812 Competizione, the new Targa convertible frameless window. I mean, the wing on the back, something off of a GT3 car, and then the fins or the vents on the bonnet, they almost remind me of a 992 GT3 RS with like Visac pack, but Polestar put that into production. That is so cool. Right, I was just chatting to the Polestar guy. He says that that's a few years off. That is actually going to go into production, and he says it's not going to change that much from the concept. That would be cool. And I've just spied, there's like gas struts there on the rear wing. I wonder if that's going to be a massive air brake that'll go up. Right, Polestar, put me down for one of them concepts once it becomes a reality. That is so cool. The Zonda Roadster just sitting in the sun in that pearlescent yellow paint looks absolutely gorgeous. And for me, the back 3/4 is the best view of these things. Them chrome quad tailpipes, iconic, sticking out the back with all that exposed carbon fibre and the yellow paint. That is absolutely gorgeous. So this Huayra Roadster we've seen quite a few times with the gold wheels, the exposed blue carbon body, blue and cream interior is absolutely stunning. Right, Lanzante is definitely one stand that I really wanted to see. They got some awesome cars. Let's go check them out. So this is one car I definitely wanted to see. This is Mad Mike, Red Bull and Lanzante have paired up, and they built this for 100 days, ready for GoodWood itself. Just come over here. So a lot of people thought it was a P1 GTR, but it's actually a 650S. But he's taken the 3.8 litre V8 twin turbo out the back and put a massive rotary engine. I think it produces over nearly around about 1,000 brake horsepower. So crazy drift build. So it obviously started life as a GT3 car, but sequential gearbox, handbrake, drift steering wheel. This thing's crazy. Mad Mike and Lanzante took out the 3.8 litre twin turbo V8 from the McLaren and put a crazy 1,000 brake horsepower rotary engine in the back. Just look at them exhausts and the massive dump valve sticking out the top. I don't know if you can see the turbos there. It's absolutely huge. Can't wait to see this thing up the hill. How amazing does 935 look? So this has been fully converted by Lanzante, completely repainted with this Martini livery. Only 77 of these were ever produced, and I think 2 of them now have been repainted by Lanzante like this, but that's absolutely stunning. Right, for me, the back of the 935s looks so cool. Again, back 3/4, you see that massive long tail sticking over the back. I love the way they've sprayed the body, but left the back fully exposed carbon fibre and that massive rear wing. So this is a pretty special Speedtail. This Speedtail actually has had a full respray. If you can see, all this detail and lines are all hand painted, and it's had a full retrim inside. So Lanzante and the owner collaborated and come up with this design. I think it shows off the lines of the car pretty well. I think it's really cool looking. I love the Lanzante logo there, airbrushed onto the exposed carbon fibre rear diffuser. So this is only one of 75 Senna GTRs ever produced, and Lanzante have converted this so it's a road going version. Imagine driving this thing on the road. Just look at the size of that rear wing. The Senna comes with a massive rear wing, but when you add these end planes, it is absolutely ridiculous. The downforce that that thing must produce, and now to think that's been converted for the road is crazy. So from the Senna to the P1, this is the P1 GTR. Lanzante have completely converted this to the road. They've done 6 of these. They call them the GTR 18. They do quite a bit of work to them, change the radiators and things like that for overheating, so that you can drive them on the road. This one's obviously been finished in the Golf livery. Looks absolutely crazy. Imagine driving this thing on the road. So this is the F1 GTR Longtail, again been fully converted, road legal by Lanzante. We've seen this quite a few times, and we know that the owner of this uses it quite a bit, gets driven on the road quite a lot. But just look at the thing. Obviously called the Longtail when it used to race at Le Mans down the Mulsanne Straight to make it more stable, but this is the matching Golf livery, so it matches the P1 and the Senna over there. But what a trio. Just look at that thing. Imagine again driving any of them 3 on the road. Right, so this is a P1 GTR, but then LM25 HDK. So the LM is for the Le Mans and the HDK is the high downforce kit. So Lanzante have done all the work, and it looks absolutely ridiculous. Right, this is a standard Mercedes-Benz E190 Evolution. And this is the HWA Evo. So they're putting a 3-litre V6 bi-turbo, full custom carbon fibre body on it. So it's only going to weigh 1,350 kilograms. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. They're going to make 100 of them, and the guy was saying they're pretty much all sold out now. So yeah, it's going to have 450 brake horsepower, much smaller engine. So the engine's coming forward, so it's like front mid-mounted engine. Yeah, that's going to be so much fun. This is a company I don't know much about, but it's Yangwang, which is a subsidiary of BYD. But they've brought this car. This is the U9. Apparently it's all electric, 1,300 brake horsepower, and does 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds. Yeah, I think they've absolutely nailed the styling on here. I think I can see a few other cars, almost a bit of McLaren 600 LT, P1 GTR with the massive wings sticking out the back, but 1,300 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in just over 2 seconds. I think this is going to be a hit with some people. I'm not 100% sure on the styling on the front, but it definitely looks cool. I love the massive LED lights on the front. The doors going up, it's always a winner. I love this pale blue, that looks really nice. But yeah, so it's a subsidiary of BYD, so they seem to be doing great things at the minute, but this is going to be a cool thing. I hopefully see this go up the hill. The rear spoiler, they've almost taken like a Senna GTR and a T50 Gordon Murray and merged the 2 together with that fin going down the middle, but that looks really cool. So 1,300 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, hypercar with a usable boot. It's definitely ticking all the boxes. Right. It was rude not to have a look in here. How do we shut the door? Them doors are so cool. And again, I love the central screen down the middle. Steering wheel's really cool, loads of buttons. Love the steering wheel and the screen through the middle. Another camera for the rear view mirror. Everything's covered in really nice leather or Alcantara. This is a really nice place to be. I love the way the carbon fibre trim wraps the driver and the passenger. Yeah, I definitely can't wait to see this go up the hill. 1,300 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. This is ticking all the boxes. This is cool. I wonder how much that's going to cost. So Honda's taken an interesting direction. This is the original or the classic Honda Prelude, and Honda have just unveiled this year at GoodWood the concept for their new Honda Prelude. I mean, I'm not sure what carries over, what styling cues or design language carries over from the classic, but it's a cool looking thing. Let's go and have a look on the Lotus stand. Very popular, very busy. This is cool. This is Lotus's 2,000 brake horsepower, all electric Evija. We've seen a few of these, but it looks cool. This is like the John Player special livery, all black and gold. So I didn't realise, as I was saying, that Evija has got the John Player's special livery on it. Turn around, I didn't realise this classic F1 was here. So that's cool, they've got these side by side. So this is my first time seeing the Lotus Emea. It's their 4-door kind of sedan, all electric. It looks really cool actually. I do like the styling. I'd love to know what they're like to drive. You kind of expect a Lotus to be really nimble, proper driver's car, and I hope that's what they are. So another Lotus Electra. We've seen quite a few of these now. I've seen loads in yellow and silver, but I've never seen one in green, but I love the bright colours that Lotus are doing. Right, so they've obviously got a mirror on their stand. This is a car I really need to get a drive of. I'd love to do a full review of these. I've heard these are such a cool driver's car. Right, let's go and have a look at the Genesis stand, because I know they've got the new Magma program. So I think all their cars they brought this year are in this Magma orange. This is the G80 Magma Special, so this is the Magma orange. Bigger arches, lots of carbon fibre, massive grille, but the orange in the back looks so cool. And then if we can scoot along and have a look at the interior, I mean the black interior Recaro seats, black and orange stitching. Again, everything looks really cool. Love the carbon fibre. Really nice place to be. Obviously orange must be the colour this year. Loads of companies are releasing cars in orange, but I think the orange and the carbon fibre does look really good on this. The Genesis brought this as the concept heading their Magma program, and this is to show people the design language that they want to lead with. So, and if this is what they're coming with, I think it's going to be really good, the future for Genesis. I love that oval. I think it's a really, really good looking concept. So this is the GV60. I think it looks really, really cool. I love the orange of all the cars, but I love the orange and the black. I don't know if camera's picking it up, but these kind of aero discs in graphite grey look really cool. I love the cameras on the side. But yeah, hopefully this goes into production and it doesn't change too much. I love the spoiler. Yeah, really, really nice. And I love the interior. Not too minimalistic, not too many buttons. I think they've just done it just right. Nice big screen, looks really cool. I love the Recaro seats with the orange backs, colour coded, and obviously you can see the mirrors there on the side. But yeah, I think it's a really good looking car. Hopefully this goes to production and it doesn't change too much. But yeah, I love the front, I love the lights. Fingers crossed we see this on the road soon. Right, just check out this piece of artwork that they're doing on the Genesis stand. So the lady was saying that the panels behind are all sprayed in the Magma orange, the same colour as the concept cars behind. The panels are actually sprayed in the same body shop as the concept cars, so it's exactly the same. And then there's a group of artists that are just using kind of black tape to mask out this mural. How talented are these guys? That looks so cool. So everyone seems to be bringing crazy concepts this year, GoodWood, and Alpine is no exception. Just have a look at this. But for me, I think the back is the craziest. Look at these massive clear kind of diffusers, this massive clear rear wing. That thing's so cool. And they got another A110R. I actually really like this, almost like a matte acid green. And they got an Alpine F1 car here. Really cool to see. And they've got another A290. This is the GTS version. Have to say, not too keen on it in this matte grey. I think it suits the bright colour. Yeah, I definitely prefer it in a brighter colour, like the blue one up there. Right, so obviously a car we've seen a lot on the channel. This is Matt Armstrong's 720S, and he's down advertising the eBay garage. Right, so a lot of these manufacturers seem to be bringing back the old name. So this is the Ford Capri. It's all electric. I've heard him say that he's got 389 miles of range, but that's all I know. I mean, the styling is very generic, very boxy, nothing that interesting to be honest. Don't mind the interior at all. I like the screen through there, and the guy was saying, look, you pinch this and it moves the screen, so you've got more storage there, and if you've got glare on the screen you can adjust it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I have to say, I don't mind the interior. I think it'd be very colour dependent on the outside. I'm not too keen on the yellow, but it's a cool looking car. This was a car I really wanted to see. This is the GTD, which is basically a GT3 car for the road. It actually produces more brake horsepower than the GT3 because it's got a supercharger on it. The GT3 car, about 500. This is 800 brake horsepower. Absolutely crazy. We've seen a silver one before, but the red looks really nice. And the size of the vents, obviously releasing pressure from the wheel well, but yeah, it is a crazy thing. And that rear wing, look at the size of that. But it is basically a GT3 car with another 300 brake horsepower. This is obviously the slammed UK Lamborghini Huracan that we just went to Poland to see at the Alt Race event. They finished it for there, and now it's obviously come back and come straight to GoodWood, but still looks so cool. I love the colour combination, and the Silhouette GT kit looks absolutely stunning. The blue and the white looks so cool. I think this BMW was another car that we saw at Alt Race in Poland, but again, that looks super cool. I like that. Right, so it's getting on past 5 o'clock and I haven't even been to the other side of the track, so good job I'm here for 3 days. I know I've said it before, this show is massive. If you've never been to GoodWood, you need to come here. There is literally everything and everybody here. It's huge, and this is the quietest day, so it's only going to get busier. Well, these are always cool to see. This is a full exposed KTM crossbow. That looks really cool, I do like that. And it's super cool when you see the the whole canopy kind of opens and comes forward. Whoever owns this Lamborghini Revuelto is winning. Look at that, number plate, toy. Love the matte green, military kind of green, and then these bronze Vossen wheels suit it so well. Yeah, that looks so cool. As more and more of these get on the road, I think people are going to do some crazy things. So it won't be long until people wide arch them, flames spitting out of the back. But yeah, that one looks cool. Like I said earlier, the back of these cars looks like an absolute fighter jet. I love the exhaust coming out the back. Wait till people do flame tunes with these. They're going to be spitting massive flames out the back of this. But this was a car I really wanted to see. So this is the 812 Competizione A. So it's a Targa variant of the 812. So it's got its 6-litre V12 that revs to 9,500 RPM. We've got 830 brake horsepower. Yeah, I really like this. When they take the top off and you've got the frameless glass on the side and everything, I think these things look so cool. So this is George Barclay's crazy carbon Kevlar BMW. This is always a spectacle when he goes up the hill. Can't wait to see this go up. This is the pink flamingo that we actually saw at GoodWood here last week at the Flat 6 event. He didn't have these wheels on, but it's such a cool car. I mean, it's so expensive. He spent an absolute fortune on it, but these wheels look so cool. But yeah, I don't know if you could see the other week, but he's got flamingos on the seat belts, flamingos on the gauges. But yeah, I think this started off at like a 3.6 and he's brought it out to a 3.8. My Porsche knowledge, as you know, is not the best, but it's probably the nicest RS I've seen. Right, we can squeeze past all the people. Let's have a look and see what they've got on the BMW stand. They've got a matte black M5, which is a 4.4 litre V8 plug-in hybrid. This is the new X3. It's got a 3 litre inline straight 6 with a mild hybrid, they're calling it. 0 to 60, 4.6 seconds, which is quicker than I thought it was going to be. So here we've got another M4 CS. So this one, as it sits here, is £130,000, but it's got its 3 litre straight 6 twin turbocharged engine producing 551 brake horsepower. These things go 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. What do you think? I actually like the green though with the gold wheels. I think that does look good. So this is the slightly revised M2 Coupe. I have to say, I've eaten my words on this. I really wasn't sure when they first came out, but I have to say I like them now. Right, so this is my first time actually seeing the BMW XM. So it's got 653 brake horsepower. So it's got a 4.4 litre V8, but it's a plug-in hybrid. I think you only get 47 miles from the electric motor alone, but I have to say it looks pretty cool. 0 to 60, 4.3 seconds. Pretty big in the back. It's a big car, but yeah, first time seeing one. I think it looks pretty cool. And then I think this must be the perfect school run car, the BMW M3 Touring in blue with the black wheels. Looks so cool. I love the carbon fibre back seats, and the interior of these things, I really like them. Yeah. What would you take though, Audi RS6 or a BMW M3 Touring? I think I'd take this. So this is BMW's WEC World Endurance car, but this is just a model. It doesn't open or anything, but I think it's pretty much exactly the same, so you get an idea. Right, there's a big one around the corner, the Bugatti stand. Let's go and check this out. So this was another car I really wanted to see down at GoodWood today. This is the new Bugatti Tourbillon. So it's got an 8.3 litre naturally aspirated V16. It's got 3 electric motors that add through 250 kilowatts. So combined it makes 1,800 horsepower. 0 to 60 is going to be 2 seconds. They're going to make 250 units, and I think pretty much they're all spoken for. But what do you think on the styling? I think it's really cool. I do like it. Is it only me, or does this kind of remind you of a McLaren P1? But right guys, I think I'm done for day number 1 of GoodWood. We ended it on a high. We're at the Bugatti stand. I've seen the Tourbillon. I really wanted to see that. So yeah, I'm not going to complain. It's been quite warm, but it's better than it raining. So 2 more days. So if you like this content guys, make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.